Hello everyone, my name is Yagnesh Mode and welcome to our channel. In this video, we're going to learn a new feature of CSS 2022 which is Subgrid. Before we start, don't forget to check out our Instagram page, same name, same us, and thank you for your love and support on our videos. Now let's start. Now let's try to understand the problem statement and we'll try to solve this problem using a CSS 2022 subgrid. So now here if you see that in the left hand side we have a wrapper div, and inside of the wrapper div we have two item divs, and each item div we have a title, description and the image. Right hand side you can see that nice looking UI, and this particular UI I have achieved using a grid CSS. So if you go to the style.css, and in the style.css we have a wrapper div, and in the wrapper div we have a display grid, and because I wanted two columns here, so I have applied the grid template column repeat 2 1 fr, and because I want this gap between these two items, so I have applied the grid gap 1 rem, right? Now in the each item we have a three content. One is the title, second is description, and third one is the image. So what I did is I have merged all the three rows here, and so I have applied the grid row span 3 here, right? Now if you see that in the each title and description I have applied the text align center, so it will look a little bit nicer. And in the description what I did is I have applied the line clamp 2, so it will maximum 2 line of description will be display here, otherwise it will display ellipses here. So if you see that if I make it smaller, then you can see that it has ellipses, so maximum 2 lines will be allowed here, right? And in the image I've applied the aspect ratio 3:2 with 100% and background color coral. So this is how I achieved this UI. But now let's try to understand the problem statement. So if you see that if I make if I make screen larger, then in the right hand side we have a 1-line description, and the left hand side we have a 2-line description, right? And because of this my content is not looking aligned, right? So this is the problem statement. Now normally how we solve this problem using the height property. So we apply the height to each div, but that's not a good solution because sometimes we don't know how much content, what content we'll get from this database. So this is the usual problem we'll face in our day-to-day life, right? So this particular problem we can solve using a subgrid. So as a name suggests, subgrid, we have a grid within a grid. So we have a parent wrapper class, and in that wrapper class I have applied the display grid here. You can see that I have applied the display grid. So in the child div I'll apply again another grid, so I'll apply the display grid here, right? And now I'll do one change here. So I want to deal with the columns here, I want to deal with the rows here, right? So I have a total 3 rows here. So what I'll do is I'll apply the grid template rows, and here I apply the subgrid, right? So now these 2 lines of CSS change, it will solve the problem. So now if you see that here even though we have a 2 line of code here and 2 line of code is looking here, it's looking perfectly fine. If I make it here 1 liner and here 2 liner code is there, still my UI is looking aligned, right? So yeah, this is the way we can solve this particular problem, and thank you for watching this video. Please share, like and subscribe. Thank you so much.